You reheated it last night. Maybe rice from 2 days ago, or that leftover spinach you didn't want to waste. It smelled fine, it looked fine, and so you ate it. But what if I told you that some of the most common foods in your refrigerator go through a chemical transformation the moment you reheat them, one that your body cannot reverse? Not a slight nutrient loss, not minor indigestion. We're talking about compounds that have been directly linked to cellular damage and cancer risk. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly 4 foods you should never reheat and what to do instead. As a physician, one of the most frustrating things I see is patients doing everything right, eating vegetables, meal prepping, being conscious of what goes into their bodies, but unknowingly undoing that effort in the last 30 seconds at the microwave. These aren't obscure, exotic foods. They're in your kitchen right now, and the risk is real enough that I feel an obligation to be direct with you. I've identified 4 that concern me most. A couple you might already suspect, but one of them, I promise you, is sitting in your fridge right now, and you've never once thought twice about reheating it. Let's start with number 1, cooked rice, the silent one. You made a big batch on Sunday, practical, efficient, good thinking. You pull it out Tuesday, pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and dinner is done. Here's what you didn't see happening. Cooked rice, once it cools, becomes a breeding ground for a bacterium called Bacillus cereus. This is where it gets important. B. cereus doesn't just grow on the rice. It produces heat-resistant spores and toxins. Heat-resistant. That means your microwave, your stovetop, even boiling water cannot destroy what has already been released. You're not killing the danger, you're just serving it warm. The result is a toxin-mediated food poisoning that hits fast. Nausea, vomiting, cramping, sometimes within an hour. For most healthy adults, it passes. But for children, the elderly, or anyone immunocompromised, it can escalate quickly. The fix is simple. If you're making rice in bulk, spread it out and refrigerate it within 1 hour of cooking. Don't leave it sitting on the counter. And when you do eat leftover rice, eat it cold, in a rice bowl, a salad, or a stir-fry where you're adding it at the very end, not reheating it through. The next one surprises almost everyone, and it's something most people consider one of the healthiest foods they eat. Spinach and leafy greens, the healthy trap. You cooked spinach into a dish last night, a quiche, a pasta, a curry. You're proud of yourself. Vegetables at every meal. You reheat the whole thing this morning and start your day feeling virtuous. I hate to interrupt that feeling, but you need to know this. Spinach is naturally high in nitrates. That's not a problem when the spinach is raw or freshly cooked. The problem begins when cooked spinach is stored and then reheated. Bacteria that develop during storage convert those harmless nitrates into nitrites. When you reheat, those nitrites can further convert into compounds called nitrosamines, and nitrosamines are classified carcinogens. This isn't a theoretical risk. It's a well-documented chemical process. Repeated reheating makes it significantly worse. Each heat cycle accelerates the conversion. The spinach that was genuinely good for you on night 1 becomes a source of carcinogenic compounds by morning 2. What you should do. Cook spinach fresh whenever possible. If you're meal prepping dishes that contain greens, add the spinach at the final step. Don't bake it in from the start. And if you do have leftovers, eat them cold rather than reheating. A cold spinach salad with last night's grains is a genuinely better option. This next food is one almost everyone reheats, and the risk isn't in the food itself, it's in what the heat does to the fat. Chicken, the protein problem. You grilled chicken on Monday. There's half a breast left. You put it in the microwave, set it to 2 minutes, and lunch is ready. Completely normal. But here's what's happening at the molecular level. Chicken contains complex proteins that denature, meaning they break down and restructure when cooked. When you reheat chicken, especially at high or uneven temperatures like a microwave produces, those proteins denature a second time. This creates byproducts your digestive system struggles to process efficiently. More critically, the fats in chicken undergo a process called lipid peroxidation during reheating, the oxidation of fat molecules into harmful free radicals. Free radicals are directly associated with oxidative stress, DNA damage, and over time, cancer risk. The consequence is both immediate and cumulative. Short-term, reheated chicken is a common source of digestive upset, bloating, discomfort, altered gut motility. Long-term, regular consumption of lipid peroxidized proteins contributes to chronic inflammatory load. The better method: reheat chicken slowly using a low oven, around 150 degrees Celsius, with a small amount of water or broth to maintain moisture and reduce oxidation. Avoid the microwave for chicken specifically, or better yet, eat it cold in a wrap or over salad where no reheating is needed at all. The last one on this list is one I genuinely beg you to reconsider. Most people do this every single morning. Eggs, the morning mistake. You hard-boiled a batch at the start of the week, or maybe you scrambled a big pan on Sunday to eat through Monday and Tuesday. You microwave them in the morning. Fast, efficient, high protein, and entirely counterproductive. Eggs contain a sulfur-based amino acid profile that is chemically stable when cooked once at moderate heat. The problem is reheating, particularly in a microwave. The rapid, uneven heat causes the proteins to tighten and the sulfur compounds to react, producing hydrogen sulfide gas and oxidized cholesterol. Oxidized cholesterol is categorically different from dietary cholesterol. While the cholesterol naturally present in eggs is now understood to be largely benign for most people, oxidized cholesterol is directly linked to arterial plaque formation and cardiovascular inflammation. Beyond the chemistry, reheated eggs, especially whites, become rubbery and nearly impossible to digest efficiently, meaning you absorb far less of the protein you were counting on. The simple shift: scramble or fry eggs fresh in 3 minutes. If you must prep ahead, store them cold and eat them as a cold egg salad rather than reheating. Your cardiovascular system will thank you. I know this might feel like the list of everything you were already doing. Take a breath. None of this is about perfection, and none of it requires you to throw out your meal prep habits entirely. What it requires is one small adjustment per food: a different storage method, a lower temperature, or simply choosing cold over reheated when you have the option. Knowledge is not meant to create fear. It's meant to create better decisions. And you just got 4 of them. If someone you love reheats rice or spinach without knowing any of this, please share this video with them today. That one share could genuinely matter. Hit like. It helps this reach people who need it and would never think to search for it. And if you want to keep getting information like this, the kind your doctor rarely has time to walk you through in a 15-minute appointment, subscribe. I post every week. Next time, I'm covering the 5 cooking oils that are quietly driving inflammation, including one that almost every so-called healthy household is using daily. You'll want to see that one. Take care of yourself. I'll see you then.